Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Face to Face. I'm your host, Zach Riddle, and this week, joining me at the table is our guest, Jennifer Shirley from the Liberal Arts Career Center. Jennifer is the Director of Recruitment and Career Advancement for the College of Liberal Arts. We're here today to discuss the new center and the opportunities that it can provide for students here at Purdue. Jennifer, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so this is a very new center, right?
Very new.
Very, very new. Okay, so just for everybody who's watching, what does the Liberal Arts Career Center do?
Right. So the Liberal Arts Career Center is located in Beering Hall. We're in room 1289. And the focus of the Career Center is really going to be to helping our liberal arts students gain the experience that they need alongside with their academics to launch them to a career. So we are all about connecting students with internship opportunities, and we are focused on providing programming that will help students gain the necessary experience to be ready for careers post-graduation.
Perfect. Yeah. So what do employers look for in a liberal arts student or somebody for an internship? That's the big question, right?
Well, you know, sometimes there's a misconception that employers aren't looking for a liberal arts student, and that simply isn't true. I mean, employers across the board in every industry are excited to have liberal arts students in their ranks, and they're looking for them. So what they want, right, and what we bring to the table, written and oral communication, problem solving, analytical and creative thinking, these are skills that employers are looking for, they're skills they want, and so our focus in the Career Center will be to match students with employers. Right.
So is that the main service that you provide to connect students to companies, to internships, that kind of thing?
Right. So I guess let's talk just a little bit about the way the Career Center is structured.
Right.
So we're a new entity, so still in the process of developing the way that we're going to function when we're fully operational. To date, we have an internship manager employed. Her name is Jennifer Perkins, and her focus is going to be working with students one-on-one to help them prepare and then find internship opportunities. We also will have a Career Services Center manager. That person will be starting soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. And that focus will be post-graduation employment and then programming, so that as we are working with students from freshman year through sophomore, junior, senior, we're giving them tools, experiences, the education alongside what they're doing in the classroom that will prepare them for those post-graduation roles.
All right. Now, obviously there's been resources on Purdue's campus for students looking for internships and stuff like that. Is this the first time that there's been something specifically for liberal arts students?
I think the first time specifically for liberal arts students, yes. So the Center for Career Opportunities definitely exists campus-wide, and it is one of the top career service centers, you know, nationwide on a college campus. And so what we will be doing is working collaboratively with the CCO, the Center for Career Opportunities, to provide specific resources to our liberal arts students. You know, they work campus-wide, and in doing that and serving the entire Purdue University population, occasionally there may be specific pieces of information that our students need or specific types of programming that our students need, and so we will serve those specific pieces.
Right. So you mentioned specific things that are going to be offered to liberal arts students. I'm wondering, the CCO has been around for a long time, and it's been such a great organization, helped so many Purdue students in their career goals. What kind of services do liberal arts students specifically need that can't be met by a broad organization like the CCO that this Liberal Arts Career Center can provide?
Well, I don't think it's fair to say that it can't be met. I think the focus might just be a little bit different. So specifically, I think where we are going to try and fill a gap is to help our students very strongly and succinctly articulate the skills that a liberal arts degree provides. And then we're going to help our employers that are coming to campus, either directly to interact with us in our space or just campus-wide due to alumni relationships, things of that nature, to understand what is the skill set that a liberal arts major brings to my organization. And so really, primarily, one of the things we'll do first and foremost is to provide that education to both fronts.
Right. So what was the genesis of this? Was it companies coming to you and saying, you know, we need these things, and the liberal arts department, you know, we have them, but maybe...
I think that's a little bit of it. I think primarily you could trace this back to when Dean Reingold joined the liberal arts community here at Purdue University. And one of the things he does every year is put together a roadmap for us that I don't know if you've had the chance to look at
Sure.
it. Yep, always on the website. And what it does really for us as staff, students, alumni, faculty is help us identify what the goals of the college are for the coming academic year. And in 2016, his goals, two of his goals that aligned with strengthening the undergraduate experience were to identify and support student internship opportunities, and then to help develop a culture that supports job readiness. And so that's the spot where the Career Center was born. And so our focus, right, is to work in that internship space, providing opportunities, and then helping students realize how those opportunities fit into their career goals.
Right.
And then also to help everyone in the college realize that job readiness from the moment you step foot on campus is a very important thing to be considering.
Right. So when we come back from our commercial break, we'll be talking a little bit more about those opportunities that are available for students at the center, the Career Center for Liberal Arts. We'll be right back.
We are all Boilermakers, but we're also much more. We're history makers, exploring the farthest reaches of our universe, often when strapped to a rocket. We are hope makers, rebuilders of Haitian cityscapes who ensure they'll now withstand any disaster. We are difference makers, developers of drought-resistant crops that just might end world hunger. The fact is, what we make moves the world forward. We are Purdue, makers all.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Everyone should know how to do hands-only CPR. If you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, all you need are
two simple steps. Call 911 and push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives.
just push to the beat of the classic song, Staying Alive.
It really works.
You didn't let me finish. I really do know this stuff.
If it wasn't for disco, I'd be dead.
Staying alive, staying alive.
Mamma Mia is the ultimate feel-good show that has audiences coming back again and again. Mamma Mia features ABBA's greatest hits from Dancing Queen and SOS to Super Trooper and Take a Chance on Me. Don't miss the 10th anniversary tour of the show that has the whole world coming back for more. February 24th at Elliott Hall of Music. Details at convocations.org. Presented by Purdue Convocations.
Welcome back. We're here with our guest, Jen Shirley, and we're talking about the Liberal Arts Career Center, newly minted here at Purdue University and providing some really great opportunities for Purdue students. So we were talking about getting Purdue students into the hands of companies around Indiana and around the world that maybe they wouldn't have access to before, or you're trying to get them new opportunities that maybe were, difficult to get in contact with. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the partnerships?
Right. So ultimately, we envision a career center that has multiple partnerships on all fronts within all industries. And what our goal is that we have companies coming in and out of the center, every day of the week, interacting with students, helping with programming, just being a part of the liberal arts community. Our first partners that we announced, Parker Dewey and Ascend Indiana, those launched with the Career Center last week during Love Liberal Arts Week. So we can talk Parker Dewey first. So Parker Dewey, it's a Chicago-based firm, extremely exciting and very unique. So we would call these maybe micro internships. The way the website works, companies across the entire country, maybe some globally, put projects onto the Parker Dewey website. So these might be projects that they're substantial, they're meaty. These are things that you would want to do. But it might be something that they just don't have time in their organization to do, but it's a necessary task. And so they put it on the website with a price tag, so $300, $400, $500 to complete this project. students can go on the website, and this is targeted towards students who are junior, senior, maybe 1 or 2 years post-graduation who want a little bit of experience. You go on the website, you look around, you see what projects appeal to you, what you'd like to gain some skills in, what might benefit your career and your resume, and then you bid on the project. Submit your resume. The companies get a chance to look through all of the applicants, and then they decide which student or postgraduate would be best for that specific project. So you get paid, you get experience, and it's something that you're interested in. Plus, it's really networking opportunity. You do a great job. You're interacting with some of these corporate customers, you know, representatives from these corporate companies. So it's a great way to boost your resume, get some experience, and really identify in a low-risk way, is this something that I really want to do in my future?
That's a really innovative way to approach the internship experience.
It is.
Kind of a lot of companies are doing really exciting things like that, crowdsourcing. And how did you get involved with Parker Dewey?
So we became aware of the company and then reached out, and they were very excited to partner with liberal arts here on Purdue's campus. And I will tell you, the exciting thing is the partnership has just launched, and we've already had a liberal arts student who was chosen to complete a project.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do students get involved?
So really, you just go to the Parker Dewey website and you complete a student profile. And then when you're on the site, you're looking for jobs, you upload your resume, you start putting your name in for different opportunities that you'd like to be considered for, and it goes from there.
Wow. Yeah, and that's something that I'm sure definitely a lot of people watching will be very excited to look into.
I hope so. I mean, those are things, those are very legitimate skills that you can list on your resume.
Sure.
You know, and it's something that can be done during the semester. So if you have 20, 25 hours a week and you feel like you can complete a project, it's something that you can do while you're taking classes.
Absolutely, yeah. And so what are the other businesses that are being partnered with?
Right, so the second big partnership that we launched just last week was with Ascend Indiana. So Ascend Indiana is an Indianapolis-based company, and what they're doing is working within the state of Indiana to put talent, graduating talent, in the state of Indiana with Indianapolis employers. I mean, the main focus, right, is that we're being a little bit greedy. We want to keep the talent that we're producing in Indiana.
Sure.
But the cool thing about Ascend is they have a lot of, their tentacles reach out across the entire state. They know a lot of people in a lot of different companies, and they're coming to campus to partner with liberal arts. They're meeting with our students, they're interviewing them, they're getting to know them. And then in the fall, when we're out of this initial pilot phase, they will start introducing our students to some of these companies that are looking for talent.
Sure. I know in the state government and really across the country, there's a lot of talk about brain drain from the Midwest and places where people go to these amazing schools, get these amazing skills, and then leave and never come back. And so was this something that was pushed by the university as a whole? Was that something that Dean Reingold was very passionate about?
So I think he most definitely is very passionate. Ascend Indiana is funded by a number of different partnerships, I think most notably the Lilly Foundation. And so there is a very strategic focus by Indiana-based employers to keep Indiana talent in our state.
Absolutely.
And so I think the thing that students just need to realize is there are many opportunities for amazing career paths, amazing career growth very quickly sometimes within the state. We just need to work with Ascend to make our students aware of the opportunities that exist.
Absolutely, and it sounds like absolutely that's what this new center is doing, and I'm sure so many of our viewers and definitely me are very excited to get to know a little bit more about it. And right after this commercial break, we're going to be talking about some of the other businesses that the Liberal Arts Career Center is partnered with, as well as one specific program that they're starting, the Job Ready internship program. So we'll be right back with Face to Face.
For more than a decade, our country has been at war.
And as our service members were trained to wage war,
they were also trained to wage leadership and loyalty
and teamwork.
They were trained to wage compassion
and problem solving
and understanding.
Our military veterans were trained to wage good.
And as they return home, we have a chance to join them
and wage good for all Americans.
By empowering our veterans to strengthen our communities.
As volunteers and first responders,
teachers and small business owners,
as neighbors and friends.
The Got Your Six campaign is dedicated to waging good by bridging the civilian-military divide
and helping returning veterans realize their true potential
as leaders and community assets.
So help us wage good at gotyoursix.org.
I've got your six.
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 When people think of pirates, they usually think of this guy, or this guy, maybe even these guys. But what about these guys? Or this person here? Or this one here? Downloading and sharing copyrighted material without permission is piracy. Don't let what happened to these guys happen to you.
Arr, matey.
I'm Daniel Radcliffe, and I believe that reaching out for help is the bravest thing a person can do. If you are struggling and need support, call the Trevor Lifeline at 1-866-488-7386. It's free and confidential, and trained counselors are there to listen 24/7 without judgment. To learn more about the Trevor Project's life-saving work for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or questioning young people, go to thetrevorproject.org.
Hey, we're back with Face to Face, and we're talking about some of the businesses that are partnered with the Liberal Arts Career Center. We're talking about some of the programs that they're doing and the online components to that, but it's also a physical location, right?
It is.
In Beering?
We're located in Beering Hall, room 1289. We are right across from the Dean's Suite, so a prime location for students in our disciplines who are coming in and out of the building all day long.
Absolutely, yeah, and we have some footage actually from the Career Center, so our viewers can get a little bit of a taste of what it looks like on the inside. But tell us a little bit about this new program, and obviously all of them are new because this is just starting in the last couple of weeks. But the Job Ready program, that was something that was really interesting to me. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we recognize in any discipline, and ours included, there are going to be internship opportunities that are amazing, that really delight a student and light them up inside, but yet maybe are unpaid or in a location, right? Some of our disciplines are working potentially in New York City, in Los Angeles, in areas where it's very expensive to live. And sometimes, we all know internship opportunities could be low paid or unpaid. Right. We, as a college, do not want our students to be in a position where they cannot take a career launching internship because they can't afford it. And so the dean has set aside money through an application process. With an offer in hand, students can apply to the Job Ready program, and awards are made up to $2,000 to allow them to take the internship opportunity in either an unpaid or a low-paid situation and get that career launching experience.
Right, and this is something that's in effect right now?
It is. So we've already had around, last summer we had several students, and I'm sorry I can't tell you the exact number, but they are all detailed on the website, the Liberal Arts Career Center website. We had several students take advantage of this program to take part in some amazing opportunities last summer, and we've had 2 awards made this year.
Right. Do you remember off the top of your head what some of those opportunities were, those businesses?
So we have had students work for the NBA. We have a student, I think, right now or has just finished working with The Tonight Show in an internship opportunity. So, these are really exciting things that, quite frankly, are career launching by definition. And so we don't ever want to be in a position where our students can't take advantage of those opportunities.
Absolutely, yeah. So the Liberal Arts Department, such a diverse place with all the disciplines that are available.
45 majors.
So, wow. A lot, and does that count like sub-disciplines on all of those majors and little things? So that's still...
You could take any of those and put them together, as you well know, and we have students that double and triple major in different disciplines.
So there's as many fields of interest and skill levels as there are students in the Liberal Arts Department. Right. How does a career center like this tailor the internship opportunities, the resources to individual students?
Right, and that is a huge challenge. So what I will tell you, because we are in our infancy, so you may have gotten an email just today from Jennifer Perkins, who's our internship manager. We sent out a survey, and we're asking liberal arts students to answer some questions for us very quickly, less than 10 minutes, but tell us the types of things you're doing and the types of services that you're interested in getting and how you want to be communicated with, so that we can tailor the things that we do in the next academic year to fit the needs of our students.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so is this something where businesses come to you and say, this is what I need, or are you going to businesses and saying, this is what we have?
So it'll be a little bit of both. As we learn that businesses are on campus, and there are businesses, huge corporations on our campus every day. Actually, big and small companies come to campus every day. And when we find out that they're here, we want to interact with them so that we are sure that if they're here recruiting for engineering students, I want to make sure that they know we have a liberal arts college as well.
Absolutely.
But then we'll also be going out to employers as we learn that there's a specific need. We have a lot of students who've come to us with the career path in mind of going to law school. So we'll be reaching out to local law firms, Indianapolis law firms, to identify opportunities where we can partner to provide internships and some different types of networking or career building skills for our students.
Absolutely. And that's so important. And as you were mentioning, the Rheingold's kind of like steps past to success, I feel like that's absolutely a fantastic goal with working with businesses. And, as we were saying, such a diverse place. And now there's really such a diversity of opportunities for students as well.
And it will take us time. We discussed a little bit off camera. It will take us a lot of time to build up some of these programming and make sure what we're doing really hits what the students desire and what they need to be successful. But with the student input, we'll get there.
Absolutely. And we'll be talking a little bit more about the future of the Liberal Arts Career Center when we come back with Face to Face.
So the Brian Lamb School of Communication has a long tradition as a department of communication originally, so well over 100-year tradition.
There has been communication here and the teaching of speech and organizational communication and other things for decades.
We have a very vibrant, I think, curriculum for our students in 5 different areas of communication.
It's everything from human relations and communication about relationships to public relations to communication within organizations to video production.
I think we attract really a variety of students who are interested in learning about communication skills, but then also being able to use those skills in a variety of settings.
Students have a lot of chances to get real, practical, applied experience, hands-on learning.
The classes that I've taken have definitely helped me grow in the career that I want, and I could not imagine taking any of these classes anywhere else.
I think a great part of our curriculum is when we have alumni who come back to classes and talk to students.
The networking is incredible through this program. We're all over the nation and even all over the world. I've actually had an internship where a Purdue grad was working there full time, and it was at Warner Brothers Studios.
I think when people hear about Purdue University, their first thoughts are probably engineering and astronauts. I'd like for students who aren't necessarily interested in being astronauts or engineers to also think about Purdue, but in terms of the Brian Lamb School of Communication.
Also very excited to see what my future holds because of Purdue, and I know I'm fully prepared because of the Brian Lamb School.
Welcome back to Face to Face. As we wrap things up with Jennifer Shirley from the Liberal Arts Career Center, we were talking about the Job Ready program. A lot of opportunities for students outside of college, getting some experiences that they might not be able to have the opportunity to have, and they're going to be very attractive for employers come graduation time. This is a very new thing. As you've been saying, very much in its infancy. When did this officially launch?
So the Career Center actually opened and launched last week during Love Liberal Arts Week.
Okay.
So very new.
So let's talk a little bit about the future of this.
Okay.
What's the goal? What's the long term?
So I mentioned that we have one employee in place in the center besides myself, Jennifer Perkins, who's our internship manager. We will be hiring our second employee, the Career Services Center manager, shortly, and then we'll round that out with a receptionist secretary person who will help with scheduling student appointments, that type of work. So we hope to have all the hiring done by the end of June. So when we start the next academic year, we'll be in full force and we'll be moving forward able to at least accommodate student demand. With regards to next steps, I mentioned the survey that we've just launched today. We're really interested in not only bringing employers to campus, not only meeting with students one-on-one to go over resumes and look for specific internship or job opportunities, but we're really interested in helping the dean build that culture of job readiness. So that starts, when you're a freshman and you enter this campus for the first time. So we will start programming hopefully in August for students who are coming to campus, students who are already here on campus, and it'll be a variety of different things focused on helping students build resumes, build networking skills, build interviewing skills, and start to identify a career path so that they can articulate what it is they're learning and what it is that they want to do, and then how do we put those two things together.
Right. Our viewers saw a little bit before the break some footage of the new center in Beering Hall. And what I'm wondering is, we were talking about the Job Ready program and a couple of other things. What's the split on online resources for students and what the center physically provides if you were to go in there for an appointment?
Right, and so it's hard for me to speak to that really right now because we're so new.
Exactly.
But the staff in the center will be available to meet with students one-on-one, and those right now are taking the form of 30-minute or 60-minute appointments. It's really whatever the student needs and where they're at in their internship or career search. So that will continue. There will be after hours, and by that I mean outside of 8 to 5 programming. There might be weekend programming. There could be dinners, networking events, and those things will take place where students can interact with us and with employers. Online, we haven't really talked about that a whole lot, but we do intend to work with the OWL, the Online Writing Lab, to provide us with some guidance and some assistance in helping students with resumes, with cover letters, with any type of post, or how about any type of career search documentation that needs to be done. There's always an online component there. But if that's a way that students want to be reached, then that's something we'll do.
Sure. Yeah, and one thing I've been just wondering as we're speaking is Purdue is a, maybe not majority, but very associated with STEM, very associated with engineering and kind of the hard sciences and things like that. What is the place of liberal arts on campus, and how does this play into that?
Yeah, I have to say I think our students are in a very unique position entering the workforce because we are on a STEM campus, and we are in a campus that's so heavily influenced by math, science, and engineering. I'd go so far as to say it gives us a leg up on the competition because if you're a technical writer entering a technical workplace, you have the advantage of having already worked in that space.
And been surrounded by it for
You've been on project teams potentially with engineers, with scientists, with management students, and you know how to work in that space. But I think the advantage that we bring is really just that communication skills that employers are looking for, and to demonstrate that we have the ability as liberal arts graduates to articulate that in a STEM-based environment. That's huge.
Yeah. So let's say, just so we can, wrap things up, let's say there's a freshman student just got to Purdue, exploratory studies, not sure what he wants to do, and then a senior who's, hosting a show called Face to Face and doesn't really know what he wants to do. How can the Liberal Arts Career Center help both of those people, and what do you say to them?
Right. I think in conjunction with the CCO, that network that already exists on campus, we will help those students articulate the value of the degree that they're getting or that they're looking at getting, right? And then help them identify a path. What types of experiences do you want to have? What's available to you? How does study abroad look to you? And how does all of that go on your resume and build a case for potential employment down the road? So it's counseling, it's advising, it's helping students one-on-one, and it's really just about exploring the liberal arts education and what it means to the student and to potential employers.
Right. And so if you could give, any piece of advice, what liberal arts at Purdue, education as opposed to anywhere else?
So we are, and I say we because I was a liberal arts graduate, we are problem solvers, analytical thinkers, critical thinkers, creative, and I think the one thing that we all have that employers need is the ability to communicate in both written and verbal form. It's essential, and we have it in spades, so it's a good time to be a liberal arts graduate.
Absolutely. It's so important. And I think, what's going on at the Liberal Arts Career Center, it's obviously in its infancy, but it seems like something that, is going to have untold benefits for a lot of the students at the Liberal Arts Center. So thank you so much for joining us here on Face to Face, Jen. Thank you for joining us today on another episode of Face to Face with our guest, Jennifer Shirley. If you'd like more information about the Liberal Arts Career Center, you can go in and visit, correct?
Please come in and visit, and then please email clacareers@purdue.edu. We are happy to take visits. We are happy to speak with you one-on-one, and we want to help. We want to see every student.
All right, absolutely. Well, I hope that you look into that. I know I absolutely will be. Thanks again for joining us, Jen.
Thank you.
And be sure to check us out on our social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So have a good night. We'll see you next week.